Since it's the award season and all, and I'm watching K-pop stans fighting with each other for no particular reason on the internet, and about things like who deserves what, they didn't deserve this, they didn't deserve that. It's time for that group to step back, it's time for this group to win. That group has been winning for a very long time. This group has to step aside so that the other group, which is basically kind of new, can win the awards instead because it is their time to shine. So I want to ask you all this one question. What exactly is the shelf life of a K-pop group in your books? Because how do you sit there and disregard the numbers, streams, votes, digital points, all the given criterias that are there, including the judges, and then be like, nah, this group should have won, instead of you see the group that actually won because they met the criteria. So I thought I'll make a video about it. I don't know if this topic is really going to interest you guys to listen, because I'm gonna say things that you might not like. But hey, since you're here, might as well give it a watch. But let me make this very clear. At Mama, New Jeans was robbed. They didn't deserve to go empty-handed when NMIX and Kepler won the award for favorite new artist. I don't care what the criteria for that is, just saying. If you're a K-pop stan or even slightly into K-pop and award shows and everything, you might have definitely heard people saying that award shows have started becoming boring because it's always the same artist winning every category that's there. And the artist most of the time they're referring to is BTS. And we all know why they're winning all the awards. Let's not kid ourselves now. So because BTS is winning all these awards that they actually should win, because otherwise the awards become rigged, as these awards are based on success, you'll hear K-pop stans saying that the awards are not interesting anymore. There is no surprise anymore. I mean, I get what you're saying, because in the past there was at least like 2 groups in the top that was competing against themselves. Let's consider EXO and Big Bang. It's either Big Bang that's gonna win or EXO. So I think there is like that slight surprise element there, because either one of them is gonna win. Or when it became like BTS and EXO, even then there's like 2 groups and one of them is gonna win for sure. Before that it was always like Big Bang or let's say IU. So there's again like 2 artists and one of them is gonna win for sure. It's that surprising. That used to be surprising for you all. Like one of the top 2 groups are gonna win, because I never found that surprising or particularly interesting, because I know either these 2 group are gonna win at least one day sang. Even after that it became like Twice versus BTS, so it was either Twice that's gonna win or BTS that's gonna win. People don't give Twice the credit for this though, but this is when K-pop stans started the narrative that it's not interesting anymore for some reason. The reason being, y'all were for sure expecting BTS to win the majority of the said awards, even though there are other nominations out there, which made the award shows pretty predictable. Till here, everything is fine. Y'all can find the award shows predictable, no problem with that. Y'all can say that it's not surprising enough, and there's no problem with that either. But saying that another group should win the awards, even though the criteria says otherwise, just because y'all feel the need to be surprised. I thought y'all didn't want award shows to be rigged. What happened? Like, aren't you all happy that at least the grand prizes or they sang categories are not rigged? like they used to be? Or do you want it to be like Asian Artist Attendance Award, where random groups are given day songs even though they don't meet any of the criteria, and they all suddenly have no issue with rigging awards? So what exactly are you guys expecting from these award shows? Mama is already making up certain categories so that they can give off awards to random people who attended the show. That itself is rigging. And not giving awards to deserved candidates or nominees. Like, how is Kepler and NMIX having favorite new artist awards in their hands, and New Jeans not having any newcomer awards at all on Mama? Aren't those the things you all should question? Because let's be real, you all thought that BTS are gonna win Artist of the Year, or like the other year, like you all were expecting them to win, which is why it's not interesting for you all anymore. It's kind of predictable. Isn't that because you all know the fact that BTS meet all the criteria and that they're successful enough for winning those awards? Then why exactly are you all crying? I don't understand. You all want new groups to win because you all think that old groups doesn't deserve to win anymore since they are old. Like, yeah, BTS meet all these criteria, and yeah, they are the most successful male group and everything, but you know, they've been winning for all these years. I think they should stop winning and the award should be given to this 4th-gen groups, because this is the time for 4th-gen groups to rise. As BTS does not need awards anymore. You see, they are way too popular and successful, so they don't need these awards anymore. Even though they meet the criteria, they don't really need these awards anymore. Are you all hearing yourselves? Like, you all really sat there and thought any other group other than BTS is gonna win Album of the Year or Artist of the Year? If it was not BTS, it would have been Lim Young-woon. Still, it will not be your boy group, because no matter how much you deny it, there is a humongous gap even between the basic aspect, which is numbers. BTS won Album of the Year because Proof was the best-selling album of the year and did very well digitally as well. IVE won Song of the Year because Love Die was a really successful song this year. In case if it was not Love Dive, because let's say there's something fishy going on with Cacao and Melon, then it would have been Tomboy or Attention by New Jeans. And BTS won Artist of the Year because they were the best-selling artist this year, physically, digitally, and when you consider success, even globally. I would like to say that K-pop stans should stop dictating that certain artists should stop winning awards after a particular time because they've been winning for all these years and all those stuff, and because it's time for them to step back so that the new generation groups can win and everything. Like, stop putting shelf lives for all these groups, because when you're doing it, you're automatically putting shelf lives for your own faves, all these new boy groups that you all want to win so bad. Because one day they're also gonna be like this 10-year-old group, maybe really successful enough to win awards, and then there will be like this new generation of boy groups waiting for the same thing that your faves are waiting to get right now, which are all these Artist of the Year awards, Album of the Year awards. And you're not gonna like it when your faves, who are clearly more successful than these new groups, are not given awards just so that the award show suddenly decides that these new groups are the ones that should shine and not old groups. I want you all to think about that for a minute. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you for listening to my rant. See see you in my next video, and bye bye.